How's it going, everybody? Shockwave 984 here. Today's going to be Q&A number 9. And like always, I'm going to be answering your guys' questions and comments. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. So first up, we have a few replies to some earlier comments from last week. And so this one is regarding Teen Titans Go. This is by a Ronaldi. Which one do you think better, by the complete season part or season with part 1 and part 2? So I answered that with it's better to get the whole set instead of like 2 parts. And someone called Edward, Ed, Double D, Sockhead, or Dork replied with, yeah, it's better to have a complete DVD set instead of having to buy a 2-part DVD set. Yeah, the main reason why I have the Teen Titans sets the way they are, because they are pretty cheap, at least at the time that I got them. You find the sets for relatively low price. But the only one that you can get right now that's complete is the first season. So hopefully we'll get more sets like that, and then that way you won't have to keep getting multiple parts. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on them. But yeah, usually you want to try and get a complete set. Alright, the next one is for Dragon Ball Z Kai. This is by a DJ. It was for, they say they need this for their collection, because it follows more closely to the manga and stuff. And I replied with, thank you. And, that, yeah, it's worth it. And their reply is, it was a struggle to find the Blu-ray version, I must admit. Should be expecting them sometime next week. Really cool. Awesome. Glad you're able to find them. Yeah, because they can be pretty expensive. So hopefully, you got a good deal on them. So, yeah. Awesome. Alright, so next up is regarding Naruto Shippuden. This is by a James. Would you be willing to show the DVD menus? It'd be the best. And I reply with, yeah, that's something I've been thinking of. And their reply was, thank you. Seriously, your video is already better than a lot of the, quote, complete videos. And you would be the first to do this, I think so. Now I think about it. And yeah, I have been thinking about that. Jeez, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Burping. So, because I was asked about the Evangelion Platinum Edition menus, and I just described them, but I didn't actually do a video on them. I have been thinking about that. So, with Shippuden, I might even do it with the Naruto Part 1 sets, too. That way you guys can see what they look like. But I think, because they have music that play in the background, I think some do and some don't. I can't remember if it's all of them. I think it is. I think it kind of goes back and forth. So if there is any music or anything, I will mute it and then just show you guys what the menu looks like, how to navigate it, and things like that. So, yeah. Just want to mute it just in case, copyright or something. Alright, but yeah, that is something I am willing to do. So stay tuned. I'm probably going to do that as one of the videos for this week. Alright, and then the last reply is for Dragon Ball Z Kai. This is by Frank. Fantastic. Does the Japanese language include the Japanese soundtrack? And I answered with yes. And their reply was thanks. So yes, you're welcome. Alright, so now the regular comments. This is regarding the Marvel Universe collection by TylerMan39. Your MCU order was messed up. Infinity is after Black Panther, and Endgame is after Captain Marvel. Yes, I did realize that right when I said it, and even a little bit as I'm going down the shelves and showing them with the camera. It's like, oh, I put them backwards. I messed up. So, but yeah, thank you for that reminder. Sometimes it happens. But I do plan on showing the doing a update collection for all of our MCU stuff. So I'm gonna put every single version of each movie on the bookshelf. Hopefully it fits. I gotta figure it out, all the positioning and stuff. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. Alright, next up is regarding Q&A number 8. This is by Manav the Pro. I hope you reach 1,000k subs. It's incredible. Just I want to thank everybody out there for you guys' support and stuff. This has just been really fun. just say almost up to 1,000. I mean that it in itself is just cool, and I'm gonna continue to make some content for you guys because you're all awesome, cool. Thank you guys, and all right, and thank you, Manafro. This one's regarding One Piece anime collection, not the movies, it's a regular series. This is by Hello Digital World. Do they work on PS4? Yes, they do. Because the PS4 just has a regular DVD and Blu-ray player. They play just fine. Actually, I want to say they actually work on the PS2 because we still have not the big one. We have the slim version of the PS2, and if I remember correctly, they play on those too. So I think just any regular DVD player should work fine. And yeah. All right. So next up is regarding Teen Titans Go. This is by Edward Ed Double D Stockhead or Dork. Good news. I really love Teen Titans Go, and I hope they keep it up for a 10th season. Bad news. I believe everyone hated Teen Titans Go because they are not so active and more funny and silly. But the original Teen Titans were more active and have funny expressions, and they act cooler than the rebooted version. I love Teen Titans Go, in my opinion. That's cool. Also, do make some good points. Yeah, I remember when this was being promoted, or even like when rumors and stuff were coming out that there was a new Teen Titans show, and then it was wondering, is this a continuation? Is this a reboot or something? Because the original series just stopped. It just because I think it was gonna be having a 6th season, and then they got the word that it was being canceled. It's something like that. There's been different versions to come out as far as exactly what might have happened that resulted in its cancellation. But yeah, this show did get some flack and stuff, but overall it's fine. It's just a different take on a kind of more serious show. The original version is it's really goofy. Action's good. It's comedy, thriller, mystery, all that stuff. But it is actually pretty dark too, in a lot of ways. But it was awesome, really good. So this is just think of it as like an alternate version in a way. Just in a more comedy aspect. But overall, it's fine. Yeah. All right, next up is this is about My Life as a Teenage Robot. This is by Grungus. I hope I'm saying that right. Jenny is so cool. It actually says so on there. Yeah, Teenage Robot is awesome. Jenny is the lead character as the robot. She's cool. Still remember that show. So glad I got it. I remember that show when it came out. Yeah. Alright, next up is regarding anime collection. This is part 11. This is by a J. There is a Blu-ray version of Blood the Last Vampire. I paid too much for it, but listings rarely go up. I think one year I saw one listing in the entire year. I think maybe it had a low print run. Yeah, I think you're correct. Okay, so because I was thinking that when I showed it in the video, I was like, wait, do I remember seeing a Blu-ray version? Because I couldn't quite picture it. And then I looked it up after I saw what the cover looked like. It says Beyond High Definition. It's like, oh, now I remember. So, yes, it did have a Blu-ray version. And I think you're correct that it did have a low print run. Because I did not see much of that at all. Even the DVD versions, I think, are kind of pricey. And I'm not sure if you can get it new. If you can, be careful whether it's Blu-ray or especially if it's Blu-ray, because if you look on Amazon right now, it is listed. If I remember correctly, it was like what was it? Was it like $50? I think it was, and it might have been the DVD. I want to say the Blu-ray was on there, but it was really, really high price. So if I find it, I'll pick it up if it's for a good deal. But yes, thank you. Just trying to remember that. It's like, wait, did I see it on Blu-ray? Yes, it does have one. Blood the Last Vampire. Anyone's wondering. Okay, so next up, the next two are regarding the Batman, Burton, and Schumacher collection. This is by a Nick. Nice, with a thumbs up. Thank you. And the Diegler reviews, very cool. They look great. I love Tim Burton's better than Schumacher's, but still, they are all fun. Very true, they are all fun. You just have different takes on Batman. Different versions. You have the 60s one with Adam West. You have the 2 Tim Burton films. You got the Schumacher ones. You have the Nolan trilogy. You know, there's another newer one coming out. You have, of course, the Batman v Superman version, and Justice League. You know, just animated series, all sorts of different ones. And for live action, you know, these are really fun. I really love these films. Very true. Alright, so next up is regarding excuse me. Speed Grapher. This is by Cindy67917. But have you noticed that the director, series composition, and scriptwriter and music composer for this series is also responsible for working on the acclaimed Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters anime series? I know, I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it either. Because this feels like a completely different kind of show than what the director has worked on before. But yeah, it is true. The same person who worked on Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters worked on Speed Grapher. Very, very good. I love that show. It's definitely much darker, like film noir type show. It is very, very good. Highly recommend that. Yeah, that's some cool trivia right there. Alright, so we're getting down to the last few here. Next up is about the Anime Collection Part 12. This is by Gintama. You should make a top 10 list of your favorite shows. That is a actual idea that I've had planned for a little while, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. I just want to talk about ones that we own, because pretty much all of them we own, but there are some that I like that I don't have yet. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to do it, because also my list changes. You know, there's so many shows that, you know, just seen over the years, even just growing up. So yeah, that is an action idea, along with the MCU ranking, top 10 movies, maybe do TV shows too, if you guys would like to see that. And but yeah, as far as anime shows, yes, definitely an idea. Next up is regarding Soul Eater manga. This is by a Darius. Just watching this, I want to give it a try. I would say give it a try. The manga is really good. They even age in the series. Like, the characters get older, they progress and stuff like that. You know, the anime, it's good, but it just stops at a certain point, because I think the manga was still going at the time. And and plus there's characters in there that do appear that are in the manga, but they're either different or they only appear for a short time. So yeah, I would definitely recommend giving it a try. Next up is regarding Naruto Shippuden. It's by a Damien. My question, do they add the dub version in the settings or no? So it should be in the settings, and I'm actually going to show that once I go through the menu. I guess I'll call it menu review or walkthrough. I'm trying to think of a title for that. But yeah, it's in the settings where you have the dub version, then you have the sub version, and you can like switch it. So I'll be sure to go through that and show you guys. So yeah, that should be how it was. Yeah, if I remember correctly. Alright. So we are down to the last 5 here. So next one is regarding Beware the Batman. This is by a Mr. Brick film production. I really need this. And in capital letters, I really need this. Yeah, Beware the Batman's awesome. I thought it was a really good show. Definitely a different kind of take on Batman. It also features villains and stuff, characters that we don't really get to see a lot unless maybe you read the comics or you know, something like that. And you know, animation different. You know, plus it's real short. But for what that show did, I thought it was cool. I would say give it a watch. And yes, there is a DVD version. I believe it's just 2 volumes like the Blu-rays. So, yeah. Just be careful, pricey, where you look. So next up we have, this is regarding Transformers G1. This is by Rob D1 Replies. I have all four of these sets from years ago. I think I only watched season one. Believe it or not, did see them all as a kid. I just got all 4 seasons from the Rhino box sets for $10. Great deal. That's a really good deal. Was curious to know the differences from the 2 companies besides the big box casings. Yeah, the Rhino sets, for anyone who wants to know what those are, so those are like older releases for the Transformers G1 show. They're in like these I gotta take a drink. That's better. They're in like these chrome like box sets or silvery. That's the title of Transformers. You have to get like multiples of them, and I remember hearing that there was something with the sound effects. I think some of the imagery was messed up, or I don't know, it was something with the transfers they got. I think they had to insert their own sound effects and stuff. There was something up with those sets. The fact that you got them all for $10, that's a great deal. I have found a few of them used secondhand quite a bit. So, but yeah, there are some differences between those and the Shout Factory releases. But yeah, cool. Yeah, G1, awesome. Alright, so down to the final 3. Next one is regarding One Piece Stampede and Alabasta. This is by a M. Curran. Or Curran? I think Curran. Are you planning on doing a video on One Piece Seasons 1 through 10 collections? I have thought of that. Now, I did do the whole video where I show all of the anime box sets, the collection sets. Jeez, I cannot talk. Collection sets. Apologize, guys. And I did do all the movies. Now, I don't think I opened all of them up. I think I just kind of opened the first one and then just showed all of them with their covers and stuff. So, I have thought of that, maybe just showing them all in more detail, each set. So, yeah, doing 1 through 10 and then maybe 10 through 20. I'd be willing to do that. Yeah, so, yeah, that is an idea that I've had kind of bounce it around. Just to show the sets in more detail and give you guys some more info on, you know, One Piece and stuff. So, yeah. And are those sets worth it? Yes, they are. Because it's either those or the 2 Voyager box sets that you have to get. And they can be pretty pricey just for one. And 2 of those make up one of the collection sets. So you either get 1 or you have to get 2, which would, you know, yeah, it's very weird. I would get the collection boxes. Alright, so final 2. Next one is regarding the Powerpuff Girls Complete Series. This is by a Logo Fan 1989. I am a fan of the show. Awesome. Yeah, the original Powerpuff Girls, along with the movie, is incredible. It is a really good show. And, of course, maybe not of course, but there was eventually a reboot version that came out. The original one definitely needs a re-release. Whether it's on Blu-ray in like one whole set, like this one was, or maybe a set that comes with the movie, or even like a Blu-ray edition that comes with the film, or even separate. I mean, that would be really cool. Yeah, the original show is great. Definitely needs a re-release. Hopefully one day we'll get that. And last up is regarding Dragon Ball and DBZ collection. This is part 1, the VHSs. This is by a Claus. Do any of these VHS tapes contain an extra, like a promo collectible card? They should be in sets around 2003. So the ones that we have, they didn't come with any card, or I don't think even a poster or anything. I'm not sure, because I didn't get those. We've had those for a long time. I think maybe one of my brothers or parents might have got them for us. They got a garage sale or something like that. As far as I know, but yeah, the ones that we have, they don't have a card or nothing. I think maybe there's like a video promo when you pop them in or something, but no like poster or card or nothing like that. So, not to say that there isn't one. There probably are. Like I think around 2003, I think that probably is when they did start doing that. And also with those VHSs, you have edited, unedited versions. So you have different ones. You have to kind of figure out which ones you want. I would go for the unedited ones, of course. And yeah, so with that, that does it for Q&A number 9. Thank you guys for all your questions and comments, replies. Feel free to leave some more for next week, and I'll go through them. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.